In our society today, when a married couple, has stayed for a number of years without having any child, people assume it's the woman's fault. That's why I'm making this video. This video is actually an appeal to you men to take care of yourselves. Because some of these fertility issues actually are from men. Yes. I want you to understand something as a man watching this. That you are sexually active doesn't mean you are fertile. Let me say that again. That you are good in bed, you are very active, you are wonderful in bed, is not a guarantee that you are fertile. I want you to know that. So that's why you should occasionally check yourself. When you have, any signs of infection, please go and get yourself treated. Because what happens is, a lot of times, men will be like, I am active. You will not check all these things. After marriage, you stay for years, no children. Your neighbors, everybody, even your family could be looking at your wife as the cause of the problem, while in real sense, it could be you. I'll tell you a story. I know of someone, my classmate actually. She was married for just 3 years. And according to her, she said, this is funny, but it's the truth. She said, in these 3 years, she did not do anything with the husband. Yes, because the husband's odogu could not even stand. You can imagine that. That during the marriage ceremony, that the man wanted to just rush off with everything. There was no time to start talking about. Of course, he pretended he didn't want all these, you taste before you buy. Yes. So she was in that marriage for complete 3 years, and she did not do anything. Not that she was not having any feelings or something. The man's this thing could not stand. It didn't stand for one day within that 3 years. When she, was asking him and asking me, he kept denying and denying and denying. Then later, she forced him and they went to the hospital. It was discovered that she had staph, and that one had gone to the highest level. So what I'm trying to say in essence is, as a man, you should be checking yourself regularly. All this infection, it affects men too. And people think that staph is STD. It is not. It is not. You can contract it anywhere, through handshake, all these moist areas in the body. You can get it from somebody too, maybe when you have contact with that person. Even when you want to have sex with somebody, you can contract it because you are touching that person, not because it's an STD. It isn't. So even when you are not promiscuous as a man, even it happens to women too. You can still contract these things through handshake and hugging and all of that. So when you have any symptom of, some of these things, you should endeavor to go check yourself properly and get treatment accordingly. Because I've heard stories. I've heard stories of what this type of thing can do to somebody. I've heard this story that one man that was very active in fact, he and the wife were very active in bed, but that the man had DEAD sperm. That even if they've tried severally to go for IVF. They will keep nurturing one that, will want to survive and all of that. But at the end of the day, it will still go back to the DEAD sperm it had been. Yes. So that's why, as a man, endeavor to check yourself regularly before you start shouting, this woman, this one. Do you know how many people are impregnated before you? Before your family members will start pointing fingers at your wife, you have to be checking yourself. You see, low sperm count can happen to you within just 1 month. Yes. You can be okay 2 months ago, but just last month, you are not okay anymore. So don't, before you start drawing conclusion, is this woman, is that woman, make sure you test yourself regularly. Frequent, the hospital to check yourself very well. And I've made one video about checking your partner's fertility before getting married. These are some of the things, some of important things people neglect. And when they enter that marriage tomorrow, they will start regretting. And by that time, maybe they've stayed for 5 years, 10 years without any child. That's when they will start going for checkup and all of that. And by that time, it might be too late. It's not like we are God. It's God that gives children. You understand? But we are still humans. We need to do our own part. Yes. Even though it's costly, you should do that. I've made that video. Yes. I said two things you need to check. Yes. Before getting married. First, I talked about genotype, blood group thing. Then I talked about this fertility test. Yes, you should always have that. At least, like I said, we are not God that gives children, but at least you ensure that when you know that you are okay with your partner, that you and your partner are okay, then you can then wait on God. But it's not like you're waiting for God for a miracle when you are not okay or your partner is not okay. I don't want this video to be too long. Just that this is just the point I want you to know. That the problem could be from you. That's why you should be checking yourself occasionally. You can be very active in bed. You can be pro in bed. But you could be the problem. That's what I want you to know. Yes. So, endeavor to always go for checkup. When you notice any sign, any itching, any whatever, go and treat it accordingly. So you will not marry tomorrow and you'll be responsible for your childlessness. And people will just be looking at your wife. Some will be asking you whether you got married to your fellow man. So before you start, pointing fingers, make sure you are not the problem. That's just what I want to say in this video. So if I made sense, like the video and help me share it so it will get to others. We learn every day. Information is power. I keep saying that. And please follow me for more. God bless you for watching. Remember to share the video. Let others see it and follow me for more videos like this. Bye.